All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Fantasy Slant. It is now week 6. Fantasy is getting hot, heating up. Bye weeks are starting to kick in. So now we got to start getting creative with what we're going to do to win each and every week. So, as always, we are here to help you out and get you guys situated for winning your weeks, whether that's DFS, whether that is season long, redraft questions, keeper questions, anything you got, drop them in there. And of course, as we talk about these games, get your thoughts in as well. So with that, I think we're out of order, right? Looking at the images here, I think
yes,
it's
but that's okay. Let's
so like that.
Let's throw everybody off.
Yeah. I felt out of balance there. It's just it was uncomfortable. But man, it's good to have the team together again. Good to have everybody on. It doesn't look like Jim is working. So he's gonna work through some technical issues and we'll get started without him, but which I don't know. It might be a convenient thing for Jim because the Giants are so bad right now. He can hear us. He just can't talk to us, apparently.
He agrees. He agrees.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about all of this and more. So again, join the conversations, get your questions in, and like I said in the title, it's the best fantasy show you've never heard of. So join us each and every week, and tell people, don't tell people, whatever. Keep it your own secret. I don't care. Just get in and talk to us. That's all. That's all we ask. So. Let's talk about first and foremost the game that's going on right now. Ravens at Titans.
Ravens and Titans.
These London games are just
terrible. They're
terrible.
Just terrible. I wish they would stop them. And it's not
13.
even the teams. I mean, I guess it is the teams, but it's football's not good over there. I don't know what it is. I can't watch it. It's like. You see the fans, and good on England for hosting us. Those Pats, though. Don't worry, they'll be in Germany in a couple of weeks, and it will be embarrassing over there. What I don't get about like the overseas games, like they have somebody's, they'll be wearing a McCaffrey jersey from San Fran. They're pointing to the back of the jersey for like a Travis Kelce, and these guys aren't even playing. Right. So I just don't know like. How much they're into it, which I guess is cool. I guess if their football came over here, which they do, and our fans go crazy for it, but I hate the overseas games. They start way too early, and it's usually bad football. I can't remember a game that it was actually like a fun game to watch.
No, I don't know. Jim, you might have to do like a restart or something. Oh, wait, I saw a little. What's going on? Try and talk?
You hear me or no?
Oh,
now we can.
Gotcha.
Hi, Jim.
I'm going to go out and come in.
All right. So, yeah, one interesting thing I see just as we talk about this game is Malik Willis just completed his first pass for the Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a gadget or if that's a transition from Tannehill. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. But, yeah, this game is just pulling up the box score real quick. I mean, the bad thing is like, yep, you're starting Derrick Henry, and he's done good for you. He's got 98 and a touchdown in this game, so that's great. Again, Baltimore's running game is just it's Lamar with 11 carries, Justice Hill with 8 for 35, Gus Edwards 12 for 35. So nothing great there. The Baltimore offense is very, very quiet. Lamar's got 170 yards passing.
Yeah.
But very, very equally spread out. Zay Flowers with a touchdown, though. So that's good. On the other side, man, poor DeAndre Hopkins, 1 catch for 20 yards. Great choice with the Tennessee Titans there, DeAndre Hopkins. Man, way to go to an offensive powerhouse and contribute. Oh, my God.
I would have taken $14 million less and went to camp. Could you picture him on the Chiefs right now?
I could picture him on almost any other team and being very like. I mean, the Chiefs,
the Chiefs and they got a rookie kind of stepping up now, Mr. Rice, which I think is he's about to take over that lead role. But can you picture him on that team? My goodness.
No, I mean, even like Seattle would have been a good fit. Put him up in Seattle. Geez, I mean, the Rams even could have used him, to be honest. Right. Rams, him and Stafford, like that would have been a nice pairing too. Like to go to that offense that doesn't throw the ball makes no sense whatsoever. Let's bring Jim back in and see. Can you hear? Can you talk?
Now I can hear you. You hear me?
All right. And we are now at full strength. All right.
I don't know about that, but there's three of us.
The gang's together. The gang is together. So, so we're just going to let this Ravens-Titans game just kind of simmer on the back burner there because I don't think it's going to get too exciting there to end the game. Ravens should win this game. They just got the ball back, and they'll probably run the clock down to nothing. But let's get into the games. Alex, good morning. Hopefully we get some more people jumping in. Get your questions in, thoughts on the games as we go. And with that, let's talk about the Commanders and the Falcons. As much as you don't get excited about this, the Falcons kind of showed up last week. I didn't think they were going to beat the Texans, and they did a pretty good job of containing CJ Stroud for 90% of that game. So, like, it's a home game for the Falcons. That is a harder place to play. And the Commanders, I mean, they got the doors blown off, but they also had a hell of a comeback in the second half there, and they were making a game of it. So this could be a sneaky high scoring game.
I think it'll actually be a pretty decent game. I don't think it's going to be extremely high scoring, probably low 20s to mid 20s for both. But there's some fun players to watch. I think Logan Thomas, in DFS today, he's like 3,500 on DraftKings. Pick him up. I think he's going to get force-fed the ball all game. Bijan, why not start him? There's just some good young talent on both sides. And Howell hasn't played bad this year. He hasn't been a bad quarterback. So I would much rather watch that game than Baltimore versus Tennessee.
That's bad. And as we speaking about things getting beat up, is Sarge eating something back there behind? Is that Sarge behind you?
Sarge is. So that is my 90-pound German Shepherd, my protector. He's with his blankie. He gnaws on his blankie.
Okay.
So he takes that thing everywhere. Yes.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Big 90-pound baby.
Yes.
I saw him eating something. I was like,
he gnaws on. He's been doing that since he was a puppy. It's so funny.
If it was a Patriots jersey, I wouldn't have said anything, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something important.
Ate that. We're good. That one's out in the yard already. Don't worry.
That's awesome. So I think what I want to see in this one is like the Falcons offense. They actually got Kyle Pitts involved. Like right when I said last week, Kyle Pitts is dead. Mm-hmm. And then they remembered that actually, in fact, he's not dead. And they threw him the ball like 8 times, which was pretty crazy. I think he had 8 catches. I think it was like 11 targets or something last week. But they actually featured him. But I want to see what they do. Like, when are they going to get Robinson really rolling? Like, that's like, he is so talented. It's insane. He should be Christian McCaffrey of that offense.
Yes. 100%.
Why is he not? What are they holding him back for?
I don't know. Good question. But why hasn't Pitts done anything in 3 years? Probably the same answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess when your head coach is the former Titans offensive coordinator, you probably can't expect much, right?
No.
Right.
But then again, you think Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, let's just run the ball till his legs fall off, right? Like, that's what I was expecting this year, but I'm not seeing it. But yeah. All right. So what do you guys like in this game? And Atlanta's 1.5 point favorites with a low 42 over under. Like, I am really, really tempted in this one to say the over is going to happen.
I would.
Yep. I mean, I don't like Atlanta playing in Washington. I mean, if it was at home.
It is at home.
It's a Mercedes-Benz. Sorry, I read that back. So then, I think Atlanta wins the game. I mean, both teams are coming off 2 wins in a row, squeaking out tight games, 25-24, 35-33. Atlanta beat Carolina last week, 24-10 without a problem. I think I take Atlanta at home today. Howell has been playing good. He played great against Philly, but then he didn't do much the following week. So I think Atlanta. I like Atlanta here today, and I think it could be over too. I think I'd take the over there.
Yeah, it looks like the Commanders are a second half team. Like they look flat to start games, but they make adjustments in the half and they come out firing. Probably because they're usually down 24-0, but but they can be scored on and they can score points. And this Falcons defense has been playing better, but they're still not an elite defense. So I feel like this could go like 28-24 very easily in this one. So, and Alex has got a good question there. Can we trust Scary Terry?
Never. I don't trust anybody on Washington's offense. No one.
No one?
No,
Zero,
I went
zilch.
after Dotson this year, and I feel like that's my Marvin Jones pick the last couple of years.
Okay.
You always think they're going to like explode, and they just don't do it. It's the offense. I mean, it's not a great offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's hard, right? So I'm looking up his stats real quick. He's got 4 more targets than Curtis Samuel, which doesn't make much sense, and only 6 more targets than Logan Thomas. Actually, 1 more target than Jahan Dotson,
right?
Which I wouldn't expect, right? So, 25 receptions, 261 yards. He does lead the team, but only 1 touchdown. And yeah, even though Dotson has 30 targets, he only has 140 yards on 17 catches. That's not
gross.
Good.
It's
That's
gross.
not good. 17
Absolutely
catches
gross.
on 30 targets. Like, man, I feel like I could come down with maybe 18 out of 30. So give me those sticky gloves, and I think I could get 18
out of 30 you can come down with, you think?
I think so.
More than half?
I got the gloves.
Oh, okay. If you got the stick-up gloves, the Lester Hayes gloves. Yes, I can. Yeah, if I have Lester Hayes gloves and jersey, I'm catching all of them. Because as long as it touches me, I got it.
Spider-Man. So I mean, Terry's hard, but with bye weeks, I mean, you might have to roll with that one and start him. But we're going to see. I mean, he's still super talented, and this could be a very big offense in the second half, I think. But I'm going to roll the whole home team as well. Just because I think they have better overall weapons, especially if they use Kyle Pitts. But so I'll take Atlanta in this one. Over, I think, is going to happen. So, and they're 3-0 at home. So we'll see. All right, next up, dumpster fire game here: Vikings Bears. So this is at the Bears. They're 0-2 at home, so that's reassuring for Chicago faithful. But Minnesota's a 3-point favorite, and the over-under is just a little bit higher at 44 points. Hang on a second. We got a Pitts question in here. So before we transition over here, let's grab a couple of these. Jose.
Can't play Waller. Waller's got a.
Where are we at?
With a Nathan.
Oh, we're going with Nathan's first?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see Jose's. Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So Ahmed or Zeke in this one?
Do you have anyone else?
Just maybe somebody that's breathing. Anybody else that's taking a breath in between.
Jose, you got anybody else there?
And is anybody on waivers? No. Okay. So I like, if anything, out of the Patriots, and I am a Patriots fan, you can see that.
Yes.
If anything, their running game should be okay this week. I just don't know if okay is 40 yards or 70 yards.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, how many touchdowns is Zeke going to get?
And honestly, Zeke has been getting a little bit more love. I don't know what's up with Stevenson. Everybody's predicting this is Stevenson's game based off of what? I'm just saying, based off of what?
Yeah.
I don't think I could go Elliott there. I mean, and I'm a Pats fan. I would stay away from every Patriot here on out.
Okay, I would probably go with Ahmed in this one. It's Dolphins against the Panthers. It's
Right.
probably going to be completely out of control. He's going to back up Mozart this week, but if they're up by 21, and we all know Mozart likes to get hurt for no reason at all, so I wouldn't be surprised if this kid's just got the second half to himself.
True, very true.
Honestly, so
much better opportunity. I'm with you there.
And you're rolling with a better offense. So
Yeah,
even if he
very true.
sneaks, he could sneak one in. He has a better chance of sneaking one in than Zeke does, I think.
Yes, he does. I couldn't agree more.
So he might not get the yardage total, but I think when you're looking at touchdowns and opportunities, it's the better opportunity.
And let's face it, Miami doesn't stop scoring.
No, they don't throttle back at all.
Score and score. I love watching them play. I do. I hate it that they're in our division, but I love watching them play. They're a fun team to watch.
Yeah. So Nathan, I like. Man, this is a good question here. So I have Pitts, Ertz, and Njoku on waivers. I have Waller, but nervous to play him with that bad O-line. Plus, he's questionable. So should
Jones
I grab and start?
And Jones is out. So
Jones is out.
You can't put Waller in.
No, I wouldn't play Waller if he was healthy.
I'm playing Waller in one of my leagues because I kind of don't have a choice, and I should win this week even if I got 0 from him. I don't like Njoku because Watson isn't playing. I think San Francisco's defense. In fact, I would pay the $4,000 in DraftKings for San Francisco's defense this week. I'd go Pitts or Ertz. I'd go Ertz here because with Connor out. Yeah, with Connor out, I think they're gonna. I honestly think this is going to be a closer game than everyone thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my fantasy texts are blowing up. And again, Pitts, I still don't trust Ritter yet throwing the Pitts. I think Arizona looks a lot better than we thought they were. I'd probably play Ertz, to be quite honest.
So I'd be curious with this, Nathan. Are you a dog going into this? Do you need to make up points or do you need to be consistent? Like where are you starting this week at? But I agree. Njoku's off the board for me without that. And Waller, you can't play him right now. You just can't do it. So I'm encouraged about what I saw from Pitts last week. We just talked about that. Like the dude is so talented. It's ridiculous. I mean, I think Ertz is the safer play, but Pitts is the upside play in this one. And man, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Sarge just barked and walked out, so that
Sarge is
he's not happy.
He might be so disgusted on that call that he just left. He's coming back. I think he's going to forgive me.
Here
but
it comes.
so
Sarge.
I would play it I would play it that way, Nathan. I would say Ertz as your safe option, Pitts is your upside play if you need the points, and then.
Agreed.
Pitts might be worth grabbing anyway if he continues to improve like he did. And yeah, like I said, the dogs are so upset about this that they made John leave the room.
Well, the dog pound is in Cleveland, isn't it? So
yeah, it is. It is. It's far away. But yeah, Nathan, let us know like where you're going or where you're starting this week at.
Yep.
You know what one of the most annoying things is when you're in the middle of a sentence and these friggin' ads on the
stop playing music.
Other windows start playing and you got to find where it's at and shut it up. Yeah, so that's good. And Travis is back. What's up, Trav?
Hey, Travis.
Hey.
Good to see you, bud. Yeah. All right. So now wait for more. Keep getting your questions in. Obviously, drop your thoughts on these games as well as we're going. And if you haven't subscribed yet, smash that button. Why not? It's free. It doesn't cost you anything for a limited time only. Okay. Vikings Bears 1-4. Justin Fields, yes, no, maybe. What are you thinking this week?
They have no running backs, right? So Foreman's finally starting this week. He's finally getting a chance to play. The weather is going to be terrible. There's no Justin Jefferson. I don't know. You know, I'm starting DJ Moore on this because he's gone off the last 3 weeks. So
because you have to. Yeah.
But I think this is a game Chicago wins today. I truly do. Justin Jefferson being hurt. I know they got the wide receivers, but we're about to see how much better Justin Jefferson made everybody around him. So I like Chicago today. I think Fields is going to have a monster day because he's going to have to. I truly think he's going to have to.
Wow. Okay. I can't believe I'm hearing that. I know John's been waiting to say that since the draft night. He's been waiting to say Fields is going to have a monster day.
Monster day.
I said earlier in the season, Chicago probably wasn't going to win at all, maybe one game, and they somehow won a game. So that's it. They're not winning anymore. So Minnesota wins today. I don't care if they're going to Chicago or not. I like Minnesota going on the road, and even without JJ, I do not see Chicago winning 2 games. No.
Oof.
No,
yeah,
they're a horrible team.
It's pretty funny. I seen a mock draft meme on Facebook yesterday, and it had them getting the first and second pick because they get Carolina's pick. Ooh, Carolina's gonna hate themselves for that. They had them getting Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. 1 and 2.
God. Oh my God.
Why not? Why not? That'd be amazing.
Right. That would be a tandem.
So then why win? Why even try?
Well, I don't think they're going to try. I just think Minnesota just can't do anything.
Yeah, I agree. So let me just
auditioning for the Jets. So
he said he won't waive his no trade clause.
Yeah, I know. He's staying with them.
Yeah. He's got a nice house there. I watched that quarterback show. It's pretty. He's got a pretty nice setup. He probably wants to stay there. So.
New York.
No, nobody can.
No. Someone's going to overpay him, and he can go somewhere else and just chill and make another $200 million.
He's already overpaid.
He's amazing. He has the best agent ever. Agent ever.
Yeah, I love Kirk Cousins though.
Yeah,
man. He's great.
Why not?
Nathan, with you being in the hole, man, roll the dice with Pitts. That's got to be the way. Zach Ertz is much safer floor, I think, but Pitts could get 2 touchdowns against this Washington Commanders and win it for you. So, but yeah, let us know what you're going to do. I'm curious to see what you're gonna go with. So drop it in there. Let us know what you're going with. I agree with John. I think the Bears are going to win this game. The Vikings just look lost, and without Justin Jefferson, I don't like it at all. I like Justin Fields. I think they're going to let him run a little bit now that they have no running game whatsoever behind him.
Oh, good. Now I may have to watch this game.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it and see.
I think it's a good play. I actually before I put my foot in my mouth, I do believe I put Justin Fields back in this week, which will probably end the Justin Fields run. Because I haven't started him for the last 2 weeks, and he's been fantastic. So I did plug him back in. So I had the option of him or Brock Purdy. I just, against this Cleveland team, I was like, I don't. That's not great. Purdy might not even play the whole game. So it's going to be disgusting. But I'm going to go with the Bears on this one. Duh.
Bears.
2 out of 3 people on a show.
I know, but no Justin Jefferson. No Justin Jefferson. That's why. Okay. If Justin Jefferson was playing, I would go Vikings. Without him, I don't like that offense. But all right. So let's get into one that this should be a little more fun to discuss here. So, and I'll catch up. We'll catch John back up when he gets back. So, Seahawks at the Bengals. So T. Higgins is back this week. The Seahawks they're at full strength. They're good to go. The Bengals, I mean, they shouldn't be as bad as they are, I don't think, but they have been pretty bad overall. So, but again, Jamar Chase went ballistic last week. I mean, he went bonkers. 3 touchdowns. How many yards did he have? He was just behind DJ Moore on yards last week. He went crazy. I don't know obviously he can't do that every week. They need some kind of a balance. Joe Mixon's again terrible, like John likes to say, but and T. Higgins has been non-existent. He is playing, but we'll have to see what that rib injury restricts him to. But this should be this has the making to be a very fun offensive game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Cincy's 3-point favorites, and it's only 45 points. Very low scoring projections this week overall. As I'm kind of scrolling through looking at these, like this is not going to be an exciting week of football according to Vegas. It's bad. 43 points, 43 points, 42 points, 41 points.
It'd be over that. I like the over there.
It's 45 seems really low for these
two
offenses.
There is it?
I don't know.
No,
I didn't think the weather was going to affect them. I thought it was.
It shows mostly. Yeah, it shows mostly sun.
Yeah, 56 and
56 and sunny. So that seems low to me. I mean, unless they're just really scared about the Bengals offense, but the Seahawks offense has been rolling pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, not crazy, but not terrible. And the Bengals, like I said, they've got explosive weapons. I don't think Vegas knows what to do with this game. Or they just took the week off.
Consistency of the Bengals offense. I mean, both teams at times hasn't looked very good, but they are good. You know what I mean? Like you were saying,
Right.
they are both two good teams. I actually pulled Cincy's defense out today to put in who did I put in? Was it Vegas maybe?
San Fran, you said. No?
That was in my DFS.
Oh.
And my in one of my Yahoo leagues, I pulled Cincy out, and I think I put
you're starting the Raiders defense against your Patriots?
I am.
Wow. That's dedication to the game, folks. That's what that is right there.
Look, I've lived this before. This is a rough time for New England. All right. Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, we got to get down to those games too. So, I like. I'll tell you, I like Metcalf in this game. He's been looking really good quietly. Been getting a lot of targets. He's been doing very nice. And the only thing that really bothers me with the Seahawks is they've got Kenneth Walker, who's outstanding, and they keep giving the ball to the Vineyard,
right?
The Cabernet. So, which I don't understand it at all, but they just keep giving him the ball, and it drives me crazy because I have K9, and he looks fantastic, and they're not featuring him, which sucks. And Jamar Chase, you got to start this, but I have T. Higgins, and I kind of have to start him. Should I feel uncomfortable with that?
Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
I do. I just want to make sure that I'm not there. But we've been watching Friday Night Lights. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that show. It's old.
Yeah.
But, I got the wife into it, and I was between. Oh God, who played Thursday night? Why am I forgetting now? KC and the Broncos, and I had Sutton in, and I asked her, I was like, should I start Sutton or should I start Higgins? And she said, well, that rhymes with Riggins, so I like that one better. So I was like, all right. And then of course Sutton scores, at least he got a touchdown. So
of course he did.
I was like, great. Great. So I figured, like women usually have really good luck with like, oh, I like this team because I like that color and their logo's cool. So I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see. So keep an eye on T. Higgins today, and let's see if he plays like Tim Riggins on Friday Night Lights or not. So, but who do you got in this game?
I like Cincy because they are at home. I think Joe Burrow is getting healthier, so I think you're going to see a more consistent offense there. I don't know how they're going to stop Chase. I'd look out for Tyler Boyd. I think that's a tricky play today. Very cheap on DraftKings. I get him sit him on one of my benches, but it's only because I have a pretty deep wide receiver stack in that league. But I like Cincy today.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll be rolling out a little bit. Burrow again. I think he's more mobile than he's been. And if they were playing in Seattle, I'd say Seattle. But Seattle against the Giants didn't do anything. They scored on defense. Their offense didn't do much. 2 touchdowns on defense. So I agree. They don't use Walker enough. But no, I like Cincinnati at home.
Okay. I was leaning Seahawks, but I think you guys talked me out of it. I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I like your I like your cases there, and it should be a battle. I think it's gonna be a very close game. But yeah, I'll go with Cincy, and I think we'll probably all be wrong. Is what's going to happen. But not a lot of time on this next one. 49ers Browns. I mean, just start Christian McCaffrey, right? Probably Debo and is Ayuk out?
He's playing.
He is playing. Okay.
Hopefully, it's not a trap game for them. But how do they not go to 6-0? Come on.
I don't see how it could possibly be. Yeah, so not a lot of time on this one. The 49ers are only 9.5-point favorites. That's probably the big, and a 36-point over-under. I mean, the 49ers will probably score 36.
On their own.
That's
probably what they were thinking.
Yep.
So 36-0, and it's going to be a push if you bet this one, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you bet the over-under, if you bet the line, I mean, the 49ers better win this game by 9.5 if the over-under is 36 points. I mean, it's just
hope so.
It's going to be insane. But I think we're all going Niners in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't start anybody on the Browns, and just roll with your studs on the 49ers. And they might be out by halftime too. So we'll see. And again, speaking of not wasting a lot of time, the 0-5 Panthers are traveling down to the Dolphins. 14-point favorites for Miami in this one. The over-under is 47. Why it's so much higher for the Dolphins and not the 49ers, I don't understand, because the offenses are about just as, I'd say they're equally bad. So why there's an 11-point favorite for the Dolphins over the Niners, I don't know.
So Carolina beat Atlanta by 14 last week. Miami's not going to win by 14?
Right.
What?
Carolina's 0-5.
Right. I know. I'm saying Atlanta beat them by 14.
Oh, I thought you said Carolina beat Atlanta by 14.
Hear what I mean. Hear what I mean.
Yeah.
Hear what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the Dolphins are somehow going to not do that.
Only win by 9? No.
Right. Come on.
Yeah. Right.
Let's get real.
So yeah, start your Dolphins, and I guess we're saying start Ahmed too if you need to for this week. So, but yeah, not a lot of time to be spent on this one. And it just continues. Now I'm kind of starting to see why Vegas put the numbers where they did. Colts at Jaguars. No Anthony Richardson for a while. You're going with Minshew Mania there in Indy, who played pretty well, but
he's not bad.
We'll see if Travis is still here, because I'd like to get his thoughts on this game, because the Colts traveling to Jacksonville is the ultimate death trap right there, right? Like, they cannot beat the Colts at home, right? I mean, we saw that with the last 2 years in a row, right? Like, what was it, like a win and in 2 years ago against the like almost winless Colts, I think it was, and they couldn't do it. So is this another trap game? Is Minshew going to go in there and take them to 3-3?
I don't think so. I think Jacksonville looks pretty good right now. I really do. You know, they're playing, they're gelling. ETN looks amazing. I know Jones is out today, right? But you know, with Kirk and
Zay Jones is out.
Ridley and ETN. I mean, I think it's closer than what people are going to think. I think the spread's 4? Was the spread 4 on this one?
4 right
this
now.
This one is 4 for Jacksonville. Yeah.
I teased it down to 2 when I bet on DraftKings Sportsbook. I teased it down to 2 just in case Minshew does kind of go crazy. And here's the thing. Is Taylor going to put up Moss numbers this week, or is Moss going to lead the charge again for Indy? So I think it's going to be fairly close, but I would take Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I agree. 73 and sunny, 44 over. I'd take the over. I think they'll both be in the 20s easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like they're looking to end their skid against the London weary Jags. Okay. Okay. I know. Jaguars at home. Yep.
Yeah. I think the Jaguars should win it. It's going to be. I'm going to laugh if the Colts go in there and again beat the Jaguars and just make it unstoppable. But
Right.
John, to your point, I've been complaining about this all season. Is why are they not using Travis Etienne? And I'll tell you why. Because I benched him last week. That's why they used him.
Sweet. So bench him again because I got him in 2 of my leagues. So
Yeah, I benched him for Waddle last week, and that worked out great. So
yeah,
I mean,
you probably didn't like that.
I didn't. I left 32 points on the bench.
Yes, you did.
It was not great. So, but you guys know I love Travis Etienne. So to see them featuring him finally is a huge sigh of relief. I'm going to take the Jaguars as well in this one. I think that's it should be an easy win for them, but we'll see. We got a couple questions here. Team out of nowhere. What's up? Start 2 full PPR. Wandell, Curtis Samuel, Jerome Ford, Zach Moss. I will say I'm going Curtis Samuel and Zach Moss in this one. I don't think Zach Moss is he's going to do everything in his power to keep that starting role as long as he can from Jonathan Taylor. It's not going to happen for much longer, but as long as he's still crushing like he is, how do you not continue to feature him on a team that doesn't have a quarterback right now?
Right. Well, there's
I like
12 million reasons why Taylor's going to start playing soon, right? Because he's making 12 million more.
But I think Zach Moss is still going to get the ball.
This week, I would start Moss, and I'm starting to rethink. In fact, I went in to see if I can get anybody for my tight end besides Waller right now.
Smart man.
Because
smart man.
Who's their quarterback this week?
Giants?
Yeah.
No.
Tyrod.
Oh, yeah, the Giants.
That's right. It's Tyrod. That's right.
Which, Tyrod might make it to the second quarter.
Good. Yeah, with that offensive line.
He does not ever
horrible
play a whole game when he comes in. He's never. DeVito, third string, will be probably starting in the second half.
And I think what John's saying with that statement is don't even think about starting Wandell Robinson.
No way.
Yes,
no way.
Right.
I would.
And
they're starting to feature him a little bit, but he gets, a couple of targets a game now. That's it.
Yeah,
I think
that
Curtis
offense
is getting more.
Yeah, that Giants offense doesn't exist right now.
No, there's no O-line. So they can't do anything.
Right. And there's no running game either. So that's bad as well. And then that's going to be the same problem with Jerome Ford is what are they going to – they're going to be down so quick, so early against the 49ers that they'll have to abandon the running game completely. Yeah. So, I mean, your only 2 options there, team, is Curtis Samuel and Zach Moss, honestly.
Yep. Good luck.
I would start those 2. And then George Play – This is a nice problem you got there. Tua or Fields? And I know why you're thinking that because against the Panthers is, like how much is that offense going to have to do, right? So this is a tough one. I'm shifting back to Fields myself this week. I don't have Tua as an option, but this is a really, really good question. I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm looking at weather.
Go ahead.
I'm saying weather. I would start Tua, only because of the weather.
Okay, what's the weather in Chicago? Because on here it's showing 53 and partly cloudy.
Supposedly up to 30-mile-an-hour winds during the game, unless it's changed from 2 hours ago.
Isn't that better for Justin Fields to run?
Right, but. I mean, as far as passing touchdowns, how much is he going to run for? Is he going to run for 300 yards? Probably not.
That's the Fields I want back from last year.
I just think Miami has a much better offense. Look, they're playing a team with no safeties right now. I'm telling you, they're going to score 70 by halftime. I would start to it.
Yeah.
Without
got to go to it, George.
Start Tua.
Miami's just a better team, better offense. It's if the weather was right, maybe, but man, how can you? How? I don't know. I don't know how you can sit Tua right now.
Yeah, No, I mean that's a good point. And like we talked about, they don't throttle back.
No.
They just keep playing. So
Yeah.
and as we introduced the Vikings Bears games, I mean we called it a bum fight. So I mean, I mean if you're gonna go with a high powered offense over the bum fight and leave it as is. But yeah, obviously let us know what you guys are going to do. Please like to hear what your guys' thoughts are and what you're rolling with. And obviously subscribe, come back every Sunday. Man, I love when the dog's backing like that. I mean, how exciting is this show?
The timing is perfect.
It is the best show on the YouTube. All right. Let's keep rolling here. Saints, Texans. Again, this is a 42-point over-under. New Orleans is 2.5-point favorites on the road. This Texans team has been pretty good. The Saints defense is also pretty good. So, it's one of those like, is CJ Stroud ready to roll? I mean, he's looked really good, but he couldn't get it done last week. The Saints defense is much better than the Falcons defense. So, I mean, where are you at in this game?
I like the Saints this week because of their defense. I don't think they're going to give up much points. I don't think Houston, and I don't think the Saints will score a lot. They're one of those teams that are going to keep winning by scoring 15 points a week. You know what I mean? It's just their defense is that good for points wise. So I like New Orleans this week, but Houston's fun to watch. They really are. That's a fun team to watch right there.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, so the Saints won 16-15, 2017, lost 18-17. So I see what you're saying. They're right there in the teens every week.
Yeah, every week.
Yeah. No, I like it's. I didn't realize that Stroud has 7 TDs, no interceptions so far.
No. Wow. Set the record last week for most passes to start a career without an interception.
Nice.
So it looks good. This is going to be a tough defense to continue doing that against, though. This is a very hard defense.
No, New England minus 2.5. I say tight game. New England wins by 1 or 2.
New Orleans.
What did I say? New England?
New England. Yeah, don't ever pick New England to win a game.
Please. New Orleans, please. I
was going to say, Jim, have you already started day drinking?
Yeah, he's starting early. I'm going to flip it and go with the Texans. I think CJ Stroud pulls off another tight win in this one. But very low scoring, and I think that's probably going to be right. 42 over under, but give me the Texans there with the points. Patriots at the Raiders. Normally, I wouldn't talk about this game, but John, what do you have to say?
Hello.
Jim's about to get up and walk away.
I don't think the Patriots will win again today.
Really?
No, so let's look at the teams, right? So they have a better quarterback than us, not much, but a better one. They're much better playmakers. Their defense looked decent the last couple of weeks. Crosby's a monster too, by the way. The Patriots, I think, are down 3 offensive linemen again. So I don't see what's going to happen. Supposedly there's a short leash for Mac, which again, I don't know how you go into a game feeling very good about yourself being on a short leash, but who knows? Maybe that's what they need to do.
Juju's out too, right?
Yeah. And the fact that they signed, nobody liked when they let Myers go. And sign Juju.
He's going to want to light it up against them.
So I'm predicting a big day for Myers, especially with McDaniels on the other sideline. Mm-hmm. I teased Vegas down to 1 just in case it's a field goal game when I bet it. So I think spread was at 3 or 4. I teased down to 1. I just haven't seen anything since like week 2 against Miami. With this offense. And I think I said it in the text. I don't know what happened between week 1 and week 2 where Mac looked decent. Now, I know the O-line's been banged up. I get it. But, I mean, even when he does have time to throw, it's terrible decisions. He's forcing the ball. Just doesn't look comfortable out there one bit. It's kind of funny. I commented on a post earlier that my brother Shaney commented on about we're getting excited over the Patriots signing an undrafted rookie from the practice squad for 3 years. And he writes, what is this, the 1980s again? And I said, unfortunately, it is.
Yeah.
Just bring back Rogan now, and I'd be good with it.
Yep.
I don't feel good. The first couple of games, I know we only lost by 7 to Philly, 7 to Miami, kept it close, but it's just not good football right now. I hope it is. The Patriots will always be my team. Just play good football. Even if you don't win, play good football. But they're not playing
Not
good
this
football.
week.
So
No,
and they're in Vegas, and boy, McDaniels, he wants to shove at the Bill.
Oh
yeah. But you also know because of that he's going to lose.
Probably.
He's a terrible coach.
He is terrible.
He is a terrible coach. And what happens, and John, we talk about this all the time. What happens when you try to outcoach Bill Belichick?
You end up making terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win this one.
That says McDaniels is 2-0 versus Belichick.
Oh, probably with Tennessee, right?
Well,
yeah,
whoever.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that. So that kind of
I didn't either.
Yeah, it just came across the screen.
Interesting. Huh. All right. Well, I'm going to take the Raiders then.
I'm taking the Raiders as well.
Okay.
I am also taking the Raiders, unfortunately.
Yes. All right. There we go. Clean sweep of the Patriots. That's what I like. All right. Cardinals at the Rams. This one, Cooper Kupp's back. I think we can confidently say that. It doesn't look like he came off the IR at all. He's
just amazing. Isn't he just amazing?
He's a beast. He is an absolute beast. And Dobbs is looking good as a fill-in quarterback. I'm sorry, but he is doing very, very well in that offense. So, but this one, nobody you're confidently starting for Arizona, right? I mean, if you need to, maybe Ertz, but that's a complete bye week, plug and pray type of thing.
Right.
But Rams,
you start. I like it.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp, and that's really all you're probably feeling good with the Rams, right? Defense, obviously, but
I like
Puka.
Puka. I
knew you were going to go there.
Yeah,
I would be playing them side by side every week.
Okay,
every week.
I mean, he's still getting targets and still getting a lot of love there. So that's I mean, that's good. That's good. And let's see, who are you taking in this one?
Rams.
The Rams, but a close game. I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay, so not a 7-point.
Oh, you're not laying the points. Wow.
I don't think so. In fact, I don't even think I didn't even tease this one. I didn't like it because it's a divisional game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I know it's in LA, but it's indoors, so that's going to be better for Arizona as well. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think that'll be a fun game to watch. And boy, Kyler Murray, how much money do they owe him? I don't know what it is. Nobody has to answer, but I would hate to have to pay that to him.
We'll see what happens. All right, so let's get to the game of the week. Eagles at the Jets.
Game of the week.
This is the I think this is the no cornerback bowl, right? Like John, you were saying, the Eagles are down 2 corners, the Jets are down their 2 corners. This should be like the NBA All-Star game then, right? I mean, just chuck it. No defense.
Well, if you can chuck it. So I think
chuck it.
Fields will be able to chuck it, right? I mean, the Jets defense should be able to hold up a little bit, but man, down here, John's biting his lip. Down here, I mean, everywhere I go, everyone's decked out in green, and it's all about the birds. And what's the spread on this game?
6.5 for Philly, surprisingly.
Oh my God, bet the house.
I mean, Vegas knows what they're talking about. I'm going to tell you that right now. So,
bet the house on the Eagles. Come on.
Oh,
so
wow.
I think I teased this down to 3, Joe. Here, hold on. Only because they're playing in New York. Let me see what I teased this at here.
So I got to travel all the way up 95.
I teased this down to 3. So just in case Hurt starts playing with his left hand, and they only put out 9 players on each side for Philly, just in case. Just in case.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to predict a win here. I'm not. You're
not Jim's brother.
Would I be very happy? Yes, I would be very happy if the Jets can finally end their 0-for-12 record against the Eagles, but I don't think it's going to be against this Eagles team, especially with our top 2 corners down against Jalen Hurts. I don't like that. So the Jets defense will still play well. I have no doubts about that, but I think it's going to be one of those, like, it just kind of falls apart at the end type of things, just wear and tear, and eventually wears down the defense, and the Eagles pull away in this one and win probably by 10. But again, this is the end of the hardest part of the schedule for the Jets. So like John said, show me good football. Show me Zach Wilson continue to look good, progress, not make stupid mistakes. And then we start getting into some easier games after the bye. So that's really what I'm watching this game for, is continued improvement. So, but I'm taking the Eagles as well. And let's see, we're almost out of time. We don't need to talk about the Lions Bucks. Start the Lions. Nothing crazy on the Bucks. Mike Evans is playing. Start Mike Evans. I think that's
going to be a good game. I think that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, but you know who you're starting on that team.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, that's nothing crazy there. The only thing with that is the running game with no Gibbs. Montgomery's are probably going to be a nice play.
Yes, he will.
There. But I wanted to give Jim a little bit of time to talk about the 15-point spread that he has to try to make up against the Bills on what we get. We're lucky enough to witness on Sunday Night Football.
I mean, it's unbelievable how they scheduled this year. I mean, the Jets, the Giants, this is like their 4th primetime game this season already. Yeah. They've been on Thursday night, they've been on Sunday night, they've been on Monday night.
And we've all suffered because of it.
And the Giants fans,
and we're all paying the price. Jim.
Yeah, obviously, everyone thought the Giants would be better. 2 of their linemen have been out. I mean, they wouldn't have put them on primetime every week to start the season if they thought they were going to be a horror show, right? Yes.
Yeah. I guess they didn't see what we saw about Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, he hasn't been able to even. He calls hike. He's going to throw it immediately because they're right through the line.
Calls hike, he has to throw.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I feel like we've had this story the last couple of years. I mean, Seattle, Dallas. I mean, and we've had tough teams.
If only you would draft offensive linemen.
I know. Well, we did. I mean,
we got, Evan Neal, that's all you do is draft offensive linemen, and
Andrew
not
Thomas
working.
Has been out for 4 games. Evan Neal hasn't really done it. Kayvon hasn't showed that he could do it yet. Now Azeez Ojulari is on the IR. I mean, they're just banged up. They're beat up. Barkley is questionable today. Tyrod's starting, and every time Tyrod goes in, he takes a hit, and he's out for the rest of the game. Yeah. So I don't expect him to play all day. I think DeVito, who actually I liked, and he's actually a guy I know. It's his nephew. He got signed to the first to the practice squad. Then he was 3rd string, and I watched him play a little bit in the preseason. But yeah, did the Giants have any chance tonight? No, absolutely not. I mean, last week against Miami, now they go up to Orchard Park. It's just been a disaster of a start of the season. I mean, I can't remember the last time I felt like, yes, they've gone 0-2, 0-3 the last couple of years to start the season. But I mean, to go up against these teams this early and not be a full strength, it's just, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what my favorite thing about the Giants is that they paid a quarterback, $40 million a year? What's he making? 25, 40?
Good money.
So they paid a quarterback that had like 35 touchdowns in 3 years throwing, like $40 million.
Right.
You want it, Jim? That's why they're bad.
Right.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
right.
They played well last year. Barkley came back healthy, but
They won a playoff game. They won a playoff game.
Yes,
right?
they did. So that's kind of your answer why they have all these prime time games, because they probably figured they're only going to get better.
Right.
Little did they know, injuries happen. But I mean, did anybody think Daniel Jones was a good quarterback? No. But he's better than the alternative, which is Tyrod Taylor and Frank Smith. Is that the backup for you guys?
DeVito.
Who is this guy? I can't wait to see him play tonight.
Yeah, he'll be in. He'll be in today. I'll bet you.
Tommy DeVito, the pride of the Fighting Illini.
There you go.
Let me ask you guys a fantasy question here. So I've got Madison, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and Saquon Barkley. Who are you starting?
Not Barkley. Kenneth Walker. Who's the
Walker for sure.
Yeah, Walker, Hall, Madison. And
I would go Walker,
Barkley.
Hall, Madison, and I don't think I would play Barkley. I don't. I think the game's going to be so blown up that they're going to not play him that much, even if he does play.
Right.
I also picked up the Demercado, Arizona's new running back.
I don't know if good pickup for maybe a couple weeks, but I don't know if I would play him tonight.
I really picked him up just to keep anybody else from getting him, because I don't see starting him over Madison, Hall, Walker, or Barkley, but I wanted to keep him out of competitors' hands. But I think I'm rolling with those three. It just really sucks to leave Barkley on the bench.
Yep.
It's bad.
Hey.
But
that means I hope he has 4 touchdowns tonight.
He probably will. And then
with Joe, don't worry, he won't.
Well, all right. And then with let's just talk Monday night. I don't know if Alex is still here. He's probably been waiting the whole show, but we got 1 minute left. Chargers, Cowboys for Monday Night Football. What do you guys like in this one? Dallas 1.5 point favorites, 51 point over under, highest scoring projected game of the week.
Like the Chargers this week. They're coming off a bye. The Cowboys offense has not looked good. They're playing in LA, right? So it seems like the Dallas defense, the second, who's their cornerback there? Help me out. Just went down. Diggs, thank you. Trayvon Diggs. Second he got hurt, that team is a lot different. I think it'll be a decent game to watch tonight, but where's Tony Pollard been? Everybody expected Pollard to explode. Lamb's playing well, but he has no help. Cooks is non-existent. And then the third wide receiver, Cooks has been the guy who's gotten 1,000 yards for the past 45 years. Yeah, but he plays on 45 different teams every year.
And the last couple he's been doing it with the Texans and Davis Mills. You'd think going to Dallas would be a shoo-in.
Dak just doesn't look good. McCarthy took over calling this year, and I don't think their offenses look good at all this year. It's been their defense for a couple games, right? So I like the Chargers in this one, but they can always charger it up like they usually do. So, but I'll take the Chargers tonight. I think they're in a better spot.
Charger it up. I like that. So Leighton Vander Esch is out now. So he's another guy who can never stay healthy. So linebacker. So he's out too. Another hit to the defense. But Joey Bosa is also questionable.
Yeah,
I didn't see that, but I like the Chargers too. I think the Chargers at home. I'd love to see it too. Dallas go to 3-3. Oh, that'd be a beautiful thing. I'm taking the Chargers.
So be careful with that, because the Chargers never have a home game, and especially they're not going to have one against the Cowboys. But it doesn't matter. Like, the Chargers are always on the road. Like, the other team's fans are always more prevalent in their home stadium. So, and it's the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to fill that stadium. Yeah.
Travel. Sure.
Yeah. So that's not going to be. It's not a home game for the Chargers. It's going to be louder for the Cowboys. And
is Alex going to the game?
Alex lives in Kansas, so no.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think he's the only one that lives in Kansas. I think. I didn't think people really live there.
No, most people just pass through, or they they land there on a tornado ride. But Alex is like
Oh, I
I've
didn't
been
lift up
trying
by
to.
you.
I've been trying to. He got out
Oh.
of the military and moved back to Kansas. And for some
Wow.
reason, I have no idea how he's a Chargers fan. It makes no sense to me.
Wow.
Why anybody would choose to live in Kansas and be a Chargers fan? It's like,
He probably hates himself for that.
yeah. And I try and touch base with him every now and then just to.
Being a Chargers fan, I bet you he hates himself for that.
He must be gone, but I'll tell him to come back and watch the end of the show. But yeah, I've been trying to talk him off the cliff for years, and he won't waver. So good for him. He's standing by his man in Justin Herbert. But I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one. The Chargers will find a way to screw this up. It's just that's just what they do. So,
although Dallas finds ways to screw things up too. So
they do
teams that tend to blow it. So
yeah. But I'll go with the Cowboys. I think it's just going to be a home game for the Cowboys. So I'm going to give it to them for having a road home game, which is hard to do. But the Chargers make it happen every week. So they are always the road team. And that's it. That wraps up the week 6 schedule. Early games obviously started roughly 3 minutes ago. So kickoffs are underway. So hopefully you guys got all the help you need and then some. And you guys win, come back each and every week and chat with us. Let us know how you did and get all of your questions in. So until next Sunday, have a great week. Best of luck for you and your teams. For John, for Jim, I'm Joe. Have a great weekend.
Peace.